Welcome back. For our Sunday check-in today, we have Yasna Borza back with us live in the studio this morning. And we are going to talk about something that's honestly hard to talk about. Toxic friendships.
Yes.
And you say the first thing here we should talk about is why it's so important who we surround ourselves with.
Absolutely. Who we surround ourselves at the end of the day has a direct impact on our happiness and overall well-being. And researchers at Harvard University have found that if we surround ourselves with people who are really happy, our likelihood of being happy increases by 15%, Susan Elizabeth. And they've also found in this research that people that we surround ourselves have a better, there's a better improvement in academic performance, self-esteem, confidence, overall health, and there's an old adage that says, show me your friends and I'll show you your future. So it does matter so much.
So we want it on the positive side, but I'm guessing that means that negatively we can be affected too by the people who are around us.
Yes.
What are the signs? How do we know, the word toxic friendship is out there a lot right now, but how do we know what that really means?
Sure. So toxic, unhealthy, negative relationships or friendships can manifest in a variety of ways. Manipulation, constant criticism, belittling, stealing, lying, jealousy, all of these things that if you start to notice them, we should pause and say, wait a minute, this is not exactly a very healthy relationship, a relationship I want to be in. But if we can't put a name on the behavior, all we can think about, I think, is this person making me feel good or bad? Are they belittling every decision that I make? Are they making me feel really, really bad? Are they constantly criticizing me and also making me feel bad? So kind of a gut check. How do I feel after I leave this person, better or worse? And if it's worse every single time, that's a telltale sign of a negative or unhealthy or toxic relationship.
And we know that sometimes it's relationships we can't avoid. Maybe it's like extended family members or coworkers. So if we have to be around them, how do we set boundaries?
Simply by communicating them. Boundaries protect our emotional well-being, and they set parameters around acceptable behavior. So you're absolutely right. Sometimes we can't escape the people in our lives, and by saying, listen, this is the kind of behavior that is not okay for me in this chapter of my life or right now, or this is something that I really am not going to listen to anymore. And when we communicate that, we're putting sort of a pole in the ground, and we're setting the very clear and effective ground rules for this relationship.
So we're going to have those honest, blunt conversations that aren't easy, but you've taught me over the last couple of years that it's like a muscle. You exercise it, right? The more you sort of start having these conversations, the easier it gets. Okay, so we have the conversation. Then how do we sort of distance ourselves? Say it's a relationship where you can, sort of get away from it. How do you do that?
Yeah, sometimes we just have to distance ourselves, and we do it slowly and meticulously and very strategically. We just start to limit the conversation, start to limit the time that we spend with that person. We decline invitations, and just very slowly, respectfully, without blaming, without anger, remove ourselves from that relationship and limit our contact, and then spend all of the other time on increasing finding time rather for new connections and investing in new, better and healthier relationships.
Yes, we'll leave on that note because that's it, right? You can find other people who do fill your bucket that way.
Absolutely.
Wonderful. Great advice. We'll see you soon, Yasna.
Pleasure.
Thank you.